Hey, Stuart! And hello, everyone. Is my mic seems to be quieter again. What is my mic doing lately? Unless... Have I maybe... I'll tell you what the issue is. I somehow managed to turn it. So that was the issue last time. Let me just turn it back down. It should be a bit more manageable again now. I don't know how I managed that. Yeah, so the fact that I didn't change anything last time was indeed true. I just turned the microphone. For some reason Serp's data doesn't show up. Wait, what data? Sorry. Your mic is good. You're good. How are you, Stuart? How is everyone? How was everyone's weekend? Uses Smurf account to pretend she's not a pro? Anyway, let's, I'm gonna try and not drag it out too much this time. We're gonna try and get straight into it, but as per usual, we'll start up the Stream Raiders. It is, I mean, Planet Zoo is quite a chill game, so depending on if it's active or not, I might end up stopping part way, but I don't know, I still find it fun to have a break every now. And so, thank you for the 4 gift subs. The Lily Tiger, K-Bar, Apex Viper, and Itai. They're all people who often talk. Oh, thank you. Yes, Pokemon pack. Okie dokie. Let me just see. Oscar is checking Fortnite stuff. I have never played Fortnite. I'm good, Stuart. How are you? But thank you. But you messed up for a minute there. Alright, let me get the... I'll have the Stream Raiders up and running. And we will also do the Pokemon pack real quick. Based on this guy. I remember there was one. Your simping froze my stream. Oh god, I'm sorry. It's not me. It says, well, at least apparently it's not. I just looked at the time and said I've been live for 4:20. But yeah, it says I've got 0 dropped frames. I also realised, bear with me real quick, that I forgot to actually change the game so that it shows up with Planet Zoo. I actually make use of the studio mode now, and let me tell you, it is super awesome. Got a Twitch payout so that money goes back to supporting those who support me. Oh, that's so sweet, Ansha. That's adorable. Alrighty, well, I guess we'd better go to the Pokemon cards quickly. That's not the screen we're wanting. I even completely forgot to set up the whole whole camera thing. Alright, bear with me. We'll just chill on the screen for now. Now if the rest of you could stream soon, that'd be great. That reminds me, I was supposed to sub to you on Saturday and then I completely forgot, which made me feel awful. So, as long as you stream in the next couple of days, I should be able to hopefully support you as well. Connect failed, please try again. I know what the issue is. I moved off because my internet was obviously dodgy, so I moved back onto my home connection. It's so funny when I do that because it takes images on Discord like 200 hours to send instead of like 2 seconds. Alrighty, should be good to go now. We move back over to the Pokemon screen. Apparently it's still not wanting to show, okay. Well, I'm sure you guys really appreciate seeing my volume mixer. Why is that not showing up correctly? This thing is so dodgy. It was on the Droid cam, but for some reason it was showing up my volume mixer. I don't know. Oh, I donated my to a friend's moving cost due to eviction and bought some bits. Oh, bless you, Squiddy. Let me just stream. I missed their thing. Did they raise enough money, or are they still raising money? Not sure. We got 2 hype trains and a bunch of donations. Oh, the community like coming together like that is amazing. Anyway, we've got a God of War. I'm still so confused about the whole angle of this thing. But let's see what we get. We've got good old Charizard in the background. We totally don't have my my touch portal in the background there as well. I also don't know how awful it sounds to open these through the microphone, so I try and move them away a bit. Because I remember when I tried to do Pokemon card pack openings for YouTube, I remember listening back and it sounded awful. Yes, I'm using my phone at the moment, but I'm gonna look into investing in another camera because apparently the quality isn't that great. But anyway, let's see what we got. This is so disorientating. I don't even know why, because it's still what's planned to do. Anyway, we got an energy card, we got Kaboo, we got Team Yelgrunt, and we got Bede, my favorite, the triple trainer card, because I love trainer cards rather than these beautiful, beautiful Pokemon cards. I don't know. I'm not a fan of trainer cards. Anyway, what we got? We've got double Zigzagoon. Okay, reverse Zigzagoon, and oh, it was meant to be! We got the Gardevoir V out of the Gardevoir pack, and it's a pretty purple. Oh my god, I forgot. I haven't got my sleeves, but it's so pretty. Oh my god, look at the purple. Like, green and purple just meshes so well together. It looks beautiful. Oh, what are the chances though that... That's awesome. Hogweedle, yep. Oh my god, that looks incredible though. You're gonna have to put it to the side. Whee! I've got the add quote thing if you want to add it, Scotty. An app that you can use as a camera, that's what I do with Kips. What do you need to record for Kips, Oscar? So I used for a camera before I bought one. Yeah, it's not... Well, then again, I haven't checked back on these, but Oh, awesome. Anyway, let's get this back set up again. And we'll need to go to the book thing this time. So many screens and we barely started the stream. I guess the guard thing is pretty pog too. Hey, Kips. Oh, that's awesome though. That card is so pretty. I wonder if we're gonna get anything like rarer? I mean, that's still awesome though. How are you, Kips? Yeah, we got the double Zigzagoon. I'm always a bit iffy when you get double cards, but I guess the reverse is completely separate from the base pack. I'm alright as well. I'm very... Main reason we're doing Planet Zoo today is because I need something to chill. I've been so anxious all weekend with this, you know, this job. If I could get it, that would be amazing. I feel like if they're looking for 2 people, I might get it, but if they're only looking for 1, I might not. It all depends, we'll see. It's easier to get a good angle of it with my phone too. I mean, we just video call. Oh my, all the relationship talk coming out here. Also just realised I can get rid of this now. So let's do that real quick. I also realised you actually have to cancel the droid cam because otherwise it's gonna keep being active, which is a bit confusing. And obviously drains energy as well. Anyway, let me turn down the volume for Planet Zoo while we do the reading. And again, if anyone wants to read along, we're on chapter 6 now of the first link, if anyone does want to join. Chapter time indeed. Quote ad. Excited noises. I'm gonna have to listen back on that and see. The thing is, like, not only do I love Gardevoir, but the purple. Hang on, let me show you on the better camera. Can you see like how pretty purple that is? Cards, like, the quality has so improved. They are so pretty now. Obviously the old ones have like some form of nostalgia, but I was making a clip. Thank you. She pulled what? Make it sound like I pulled like a leg or something. But thank you for the clip, Anshel. I appreciate it. Anyway, let's have a quick look-see. Right, I'm at the top of this chapter. It's not like the last couple times. This one's also a little bit long, about 200 words. The last one's, I think, averaged about 1400 or so. So it's gonna be a little bit longer than the last couple of readings that we've had. Maybe upload to the TikToks. I could... Has anyone here used TikTok? Because apparently it's quite good. I'm a bit nervous to get into it. Elise does. I remember she dropped in on your account once to advertise her TikTok. That was quite something. Other words, Pog. I need to get one and pick someone. Same. I think I might have a route, but I'm not sure. Really want to get back on to pick someone. Hopefully... Oh no. Just said he might stream some Wonderlock tonight. So maybe I won't be on tonight. But I want to get back on soon. I only use TikTok to follow the great star Elise. I'm not addicted to it at all. I use it to look at funny cat videos, that's all. That reminds me, there's a video, and Chelsea sent me a video the other day, and it confused me because he talked about a series, and the thing that popped up was, I'm a happy, happy dog. It was a dog going like flop, flop, flop. And it was really weird. And Chelsea streaming Wonderlock. It wasn't me who said that, I promise. But yeah, I'm quite excited. I don't know. I feel like I could. I'm excited to have a capture card because it means I don't only have PC games. I could potentially, although I don't know if my internet could handle the what's it called again? The thing with the robots. Horizon Zero Dawn on the PlayStation and my Switch as well. Hips and I like never see anyone on the server anymore. Aww. I'm sorry. I was maybe sucked into Story of Seasons this last weekend. Everyone pressure him. I've been on when you guys aren't. Yeah, it does overlap. Not that much, I guess. Working on our pog base, I'm guessing, when I've been AFK fishing. Alrighty. Well, while you guys chat Pixelmon, I will get into the chapter. What did we have last time? Okay, so last time it was about Sky being annoyed at Mason for continuously studying outside, and I think he started to get through to her. What time are you streaming, Encha? Yeah, I've not been on as much as I wanted. Okay. So yeah, I will start reading the chapter now. Feel free to chat, but as usual, I will not be reading chat until afterwards. So he's streaming on 12. He needs 45 minutes to quit his job to become a full-time streamer. Wait, who? Who's 12? I'm confused. Anyway, let me read the chapter. I must insist, Miss Sky, that out of all the days you could be late, this really is the last day you should be late, an agitated voice said. Sky groaned as she listened to the voice of the forever nagging headmaid from above her after several fruitless attempts to rouse her from her slumber, but knew she was right. Even Sky wasn't stupid enough to be late on the first day back. I hear you, she mumbled into her pillow. I'll be up in a minute. Also, I might have just said pillar, I meant pillow. What was that, Miss Sky? I said I hear you, Sky repeated, but louder this time. I'll be up in a minute. Well, I apologize, but I clearly did not hear you, and I won't believe you're up in 5 minutes if you're not up right now, Karen stated, folding her arms and observing the almost lifeless girl. Sky sighed and slowly sat up in her bed. There, I'm up. That's what he said. There is a difference between sat up and actually up, said Karen, raising her eyebrows expectantly. Also, that's what he said was totally not part of the book. Sky let out a heavier sigh and stood up on her 2 feet. She shot Karen a look as if to say, Happy now? Karen nodded as if in response to the unspoken question. Very good. I will be back up in 5 minutes to make sure you're ready by then. There's no need for you to come back. Oh, but I think there is. After all, I'm going to be the one who ends up in trouble, not you. Your school uniform is hanging over the chair, as usual. Karen responded, sending Sky a pointed look as she left the room and closed the door behind her. Sky sent her glares through the door. I'll show you, she muttered to herself. In a situation simply unheard of, Sky was into her school uniform and ready to leave within 3 minutes, a record for her. She exited her room and giggled to herself. Have fun with your wasted journey. With a hop, skip, and a jump, she reached the bottom of the stairs and made her way directly towards the kitchen where the chef had already prepared her delicious breakfast. I also just realised I am already in Planet Zoo rather than just chatting. Whoopsie, let me take that. Momentary panic. Okay, back to the chapter. With a hop, skip, and a jump, she reached the bottom of the stairs and made her way directly towards the kitchen where the chef had already prepared her delicious breakfast. Chef had to check twice to make sure he really had just seen Sky enter the kitchen. What a pleasure to see you this early in the morning, Chef mused as he finished dishing out the last of the breakfast. Don't you mean what a surprise? Sky grabbed an apple pancake, eager to dig in. I don't think even I expected myself to be up this early, she said with her mouth full. Manners, Miss Sky, Karen reminded Sky upon her entry to the kitchen. It's rude to talk with a mouthful of food. Sky shot a food-filled smile and Karen couldn't help but recoil a little, though she instantly regained her composure. Remember, you have to take Mason to school this morning, and make sure you aren't late because he has his test this morning. He's waiting for you by the entrance. Sky groaned, but didn't let out any other complaint. She knew they had her in their palms with Mason, since any wrongdoing would be reported to her parents and she would have to deal with the consequences then. Ugh, she hated him. Without another word and a final apple pancake in her hand, she exited the kitchen and made her way towards the front door where Mason was sitting outside reading from a textbook once more. Upon her appearance, he quickly closed it and put it away, getting to his feet at the same time. She regarded him coolly until he finally paid attention to her. Remember, she started, for she wanted to make her next point clear. I will not slow down. You'll have to keep up with me with your short legs because no one will slow down for you in life, so keep up. The Sky walked off towards school and Mason started rushing off after her. He realized either she sped up purposefully when she was with him or she slowed down for Lizette, because when they went out together as a trio, she most definitely wasn't going this fast. The journey was quick, only 10 minutes, hence why there was no need for a vehicle, but it still seemed unnecessarily long for the two of them as they made their way there. True to her word, Sky never slowed down once, other than to cross the road a few times, which gave Mason a few quick breathers. Here we are, Sky eventually said, after what seemed like an eternity to Mason. Go to reception, I'll help you with the rest. Walking off towards her class, she left Mason doubled over trying to catch his breath, earning a lot of curious stares from passers-by. As soon as he'd regained enough to stand upright again, he noticed the many peering eyes which were looking his way, and he rushed off towards reception. Sky! Lily shouted in glee. She immediately jumped at Sky, who had only just entered the doorway of her first class. Hey, Lily, Sky greeted back a little less enthusiastically, and patted her on the back as Lily embraced her. Sky could, with almost utmost certainty, say that if it wasn't for Lily, she would have turned into a psychopath a long time ago, and so she was very grateful to her. Not only was Lily one of the few who dared touch or talk to her, but she was also one of the few who was happy to make eye contact with her as she walked into the class and sat in a seat next to the one Lily had already chosen. They sat down and caught up with each other's stories, and the hubbub of chatter surrounded them, and everyone was absorbed in their own conversations until the teacher finally arrived. As class begun, Mason sat down for his test, and the whole campus got busy. Right, class, I have a bit of a surprise for you, Mrs. Barber announced as registration ended. She had clearly been expecting a bit of a response, but when she didn't get one, she continued. I have decided to test how much you learned and retained in your minds after last year. Don't worry, it's homework, so you can use your notes to help you. It'll also help me know how much attention you pay in class. What had originally started as a deep groan of displeasure made its way into only a slightly displeased grumble. I have yet to tell you the best part, Mrs. Barber then said, and clapped her hands together in front of her. Anyone who fails his homework gets to repeat the first year. There was almost an uproar in the class at that comment, but the noise died down when she held up a hand. There's no need for concern for most of you anyway. Anyone who learned anything from last year will pass. This is just to weed out those few who didn't. As Sky doodled in her book, she could almost feel Mrs. Barber's eyes drilling holes into the top of her head. She looked up and sent a sarcastic smile towards her teacher. Everyone knew that comment of hers was aimed at Sky, and Sky couldn't help but feel a little nervous as she looked back down. She didn't know if she knew enough to pass. The last thing she wanted to do was to spend another entire year at school. That's when an escape plan appeared in her mind. Mason. Mason could definitely help. She grinned mischievously, and her worries momentarily eased. As soon as the bell for the end of the first lesson rang and the lesson finished, Sky knew that also meant that Mason's test had finished too. Grabbing the homework papers from her desk and darting out of the room without so much as a word to her friend Lily, who called after her, she sprinted through the school building and out towards the front gate, where she did indeed see Mason about to leave. Hey, Mason! Mason! Sky shouted from behind him, causing him to turn at the mention of his name. With a few more long strides, she finally stopped in front of him with papers in hand. How do you think your test went? She asked him. Her question confused him, but he answered honestly. I think it went well, actually. Why? Sky nodded as she listened to his answer. So, since you're probably in now, you'll help me with this, right? She asked, holding her homework papers out to him. He eyed the papers as she was holding without taking them. And why should I help you with this? She shrugged her shoulders nonchalantly, but held a mischievous glint in her eyes. Since thanks to me and my family you can go here. Mason hesitated. That might be true, but that doesn't mean I'll do it for you, he said after a moment. Maybe he should add no blackmail to that list. It's when he realized he could turn the situation to his advantage. But I'll help you study for it. Sky scoffed. But why would I study? Anyone who fails this homework gets to repeat the first year. Sky's open mouth turned into a smile that was almost too sweet and fake. All right, fine. Help me study for it. You have time, so prepare an easy schedule for tonight so I can finish it in no time. Turning around and heading back to class without another word spoken between them, she left both of them feeling somewhat accomplished that they had turned the course of events to their advantage.